If you are a newbie and you're looking to go into the journey of investment, but you do not have so much money and you have so little knowledge, today is your lucky day. In this video, I will be talking about how to start investing with as low as 5,000 naira. Yes, with as low as 5,000 naira, you can actually start investing and building for yourself. I will be talking about different investment platforms that I use that work for me. I'll also be talking about investing with your tribe. Yes, there's some investment that the capitals are just so much, but then it has bigger returns, and you would want to work with other people in such investment. I'll be sharing tips on how I do that, guidelines to lay and how to achieve that. I'll also be sharing social media handles that I follow that could help you to start investing as a newbie. Finally, I'll be sharing books that I've read that helps with investment. Guys, I'm not a bookworm, so I'm just going to share a few books that I've read that helps with investment. So guys, if you really want to learn about investment, this is your lucky day. Stick around and you will be glad you did. Welcome back to my channel. This is Rural Exit with Uyime Ajifo, where we're all about being better than where we came from. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and the support, for the likes, the subscription, for those of you who shared. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Press that button down there and subscribe to my channel. It's really good to be hardworking and make money, but then it's really smart for your money to start working and making money for you. And that's where investment comes to play. When you hear investment, I used to think that, oh, this was something for the big guys. This was huge money, until I started learning and researching, and trying the waters. I realized that investment is not totally for the rich people. In fact, investment should be for the poor. You can actually start small, just like every other thing in life. You can start investing little by little. As a newbie, when you want to start investing, I want you to take note of these 3 S: small, secured, and short-term. I would advise you to start with short-term investment. Short-term investment are investment that brings the return on investment within a short period of time. I will call it short-term investment less than a year. It's important that as a newbie, you start small. You've got to test the waters, check if it works, put in little money, get your return, check another one. Also, it's very important that you use investment that are secured. Like I said earlier in the video, you can start investing with as low as 5,000 naira. I started with mutual funds, specifically money markets. It's basically you borrowing the bank money and they're giving you back with returns. One of the reasons why I would recommend mutual funds is because, one, you can start small. Like I said, with 5,000 naira you can start. 2, is definitely secured. And 3, you can get your money back less than 48 hours. In fact, if you ask for your money before 12 p.m., thereabout, I guess you can still get it that same day. When I started, it was about double-digit interest, but as of now, it's gone down to about single-digit interest. And I'm sure it's going to go back up to double digits. I use Stanbic IBTC for my money market, and they have the highest return now. So as a newbie, I would definitely recommend that you start with mutual funds. Don't get carried away with, oh, it's just 5%, oh, it's just 14%. No. You've got to make sure that security comes before return on investment. Don't get carried away with so much return on investment that you lose your capital together. To start is very easy. All you have to do is walk in the bank and tell them you would like to do money markets, get the form, but before filling it, make sure you find out everything you need to find out, compare different banks, check which one has the highest return, and register with them. Another investment you could do with as low as 5,000 naira is Piggy Bank. It's a fintech app. A friend of mine introduced this to me a long time ago. I've used it. It works. It's good. It's really easy to use. You can download the app and fill in the details. There's so many functions it has, but today I'm specifically talking about the investment. So you can go to the investment in Piggy Bank and you'll see different investment options. I have so many. You could start with as low as 5,000 naira, and there are also short term, and their return is between 18%. There's some of 12%, they're 18%. They are actually higher than mutual funds because they go into things like agriculture. So they give you more return for your money. So you could have returns like 18% for about a year, some 10 months, and you can have some like 12 months, and yeah, for as low as 5,000 naira you could start. So what that means is if you put in 10,000 naira, just do 18% of 10,000 naira, and then you get that within a period of time they tell you. What you need to look out for is the timing, the return on investment, and what is the lowest amount you can invest. Many a times it's always 5,000 naira. Now, if you want to take your investment a bit higher, there are other platforms that you could use which require the minimum investment to be about 30,000, 45,000, some 70,000, and then they give you higher returns. Some go up to like 30% return for 10 months, some 30% return annually. Some of the ones that I've used and my friends have used that worked Crowdvest. Yes, there's another one called Agripreneur. So you download the apps and you register. Once it's time, they send you a mail for you to prepare your money and all, and they ask you information. Make sure you put in information that correlate with your bank details. It's pretty easy. The lowest investment sometimes is between 30,000 to 40,000, some 70,000. For Crowdvest, they do agriculture, they go into transportation, but agriculture has more return on investment. So even if you have 70,000, you want to take it a bit higher, you have 30,000, 40,000, 70,000, you can invest in some of this agricultural business, but be careful. It's not everything that you will go and do. I beg, don't say I don't have sent you. Before you do any investment, make sure you find out from people who have done it. Make sure you find out people who have done it. You could go for further finding, you can check out their farms, especially when agriculture investment. You can check out their farms or ask people who have checked it out. Get as much review as possible on it, and then if it's too good to be true, please do not indulge in it. This investment is seasonal, and whenever they're in season, they send you a mail. Or before they do that, you've got to register. So most importantly, make sure it is insured. And when you check what company they say they're insured with, look for someone who works in that company and find out. You can walk into any insurance company and find out if this organization is actually insured. Then once you do, you can proceed to invest and start small. So you start investing and you're making money on your investment, you might want to take it a notch higher. What do I mean? You might find out about an investment that requires lots of capital but bigger return, and then you're interested in it, but you cannot raise the money alone. This calls for tribal investment, or what we'll call a group investment. You want to work with other people who have money for you to raise this capital. Be careful when you embark on a group investment. You do not want to do group investment with people who just have money to spare. No. Make sure you do group investment with people who have been doing investments before. I could have money to spare today. I have no idea what will happen in 4 months' time. Yeah? And then probably in 4 months' time, somebody needs rent. Somebody really dead to me needs rent. Or I forgot that I need to pay my rent. And I come and meet you and be like, hey, boss, that money that we use for investment, please, I need it back. Nah, you don't want cases like that. Do group investment with people who have already been in the investment business. Number 2, keep your emotions aside. Make sure every agreement is typed and duly signed. If somebody brings 500, somebody else brings 1 million, one other person brings 2 million, and you guys have agreed how the profit is going to be shared, make sure you remove your emotions and type exactly what needs to be typed, sign exactly where it needs to be signed. Information about that business needs to be available for evidence in case that comes up. So if you're doing investment with people, make sure that all the information is typed, signed, and agreed upon. You could have a third party or a witness. Keep your emotions aside. Some investment require just one bank details. I've done an investment with a friend and they require just one bank details. Of course, they didn't know we were all joining money together to do the investment. In such cases, you've got to know the exact day this money is going to mature. It's better you do your investment with small returns by yourself than to do a group investment and lose all your money. Make sure you take note of who this person is. Make sure you know who this person is. Make sure you're not someone that has money problems regularly. Make sure that you know the exact date this money is going to be paid, and make sure that you guys have duly signed agreements that says how much everybody is taking. Nothing changes a man like money. There's so many social media handles that talk about investment, but I'm just going to mention two that I follow. One, Tommy Balogun. She's the founder of the Green Investment Club, which I plan to join very soon. She's totally relatable. I love how she breaks down investment terminologies. I love how she talks about different opportunities. I love how she's really good with her content. I love how she's passionate about women making money and making more, investing and all that. Yeah, and number two, Money Africa. She's also totally relatable. I love how she breaks down investment too. I learned a lot from her. I would advise that you follow them and get to learn more about investment. The great books that you could read to learn about investment. My number one is Smart Money Tribe. For those of you who know me, you definitely know that I love Smart Money Tribe. I love it because number one, is written by a Nigerian author. Number two, is totally real. It has situations that we can relate to. It talks about money and how to start investing, where to start investing, whom to invest with, friends to invest with. Number two, The Richest Man in Babylon. If you haven't read this book, then you probably don't know anything about money or savings or investment. Yes. I love it because number one, it's small. It's not so much. It doesn't talk too much like I do. It's a small book with great information in it. It talks about savings and investment. It talks about the character and the attitude much more than the money itself. And it's a great book for any new person who wants to go into investment. Sadly, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you learned something about investment today. So if you have that 5,000 naira, don't keep it. No. Rush, run, and go and invest. And make sure you take note of everything I shared in the video. I don't want to leave. Anyways, if you haven't liked and subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please press that button down there and subscribe. Till I see you next time, keep being better than where you came from. Bye.